Abase, to lower in position, estimation, or the like, degrade. Abbess, the lady superior of a nunnery. Abbey, the group of buildings which collectively form the dwelling place of a society of monks or nuns. Abbot, the superior of a community of monks. Abdicate, to give up, royal power or the like. Abdomen, in mammals, the visceral cavity between the diaphragm and the pelvic floor, the belly. Abdominal, of, pertaining to, or situated on the abdomen. Abduction, a carrying away of a person against his will or illegally. Abed, in bed, on a bed. Aberration, deviation from a right, customary, or prescribed course. Abet, to aid, promote, or encourage the commission of an offense. Abeyance, a state of suspension or temporary inaction. Abhorrence, the act of detesting extremely. Abhorrent, very repugnant, hateful. Abidance, an abiding. Abject, sunk to a low condition. Abjure, to recant, renounce, repudiate under oath. Able-bodied, competent for physical service. Ablution, a washing or cleansing, especially of the body. Abnegate, to renounce, a right or privilege. Abnormal, not conformed to the ordinary rule or standard. Abominable, very hateful. Abominate, to hate violently. Abomination, a very detestable act or practice. Aboriginal, primitive, unsophisticated. Aborigines, the original of earliest known inhabitants of a country. Above board, without concealment, fraud, or trickery. Abrade, to wear away the surface or some part of by friction. Abrasion, that which is rubbed off. Abridge, to make shorter in words, keeping the essential features, leaning out minor particles. Abridgment, a condensed form, as of a book or play. Abrogate, to abolish, repeal. Abrupt, beginning, ending, or changing suddenly or with a break. Abscess, a collection of pus in a cavity formed within some tissue of the body. Abscission, the act of cutting off, as in a surgical operation. Abscond, to depart suddenly and secretly, as for the purpose of escaping arrest. Absence, the act of not being present or available. Absent-minded, lacking in attention to immediate surroundings or business. Absolution, forgiveness or passing over of offenses. Absolve, to free from sin or its penalties. Absorb, to drink in or suck up, as a sponge absorbs water. Absorption, the act or process of absorbing. Abstain, to keep oneself back from doing or using something. Abstemious, characterized by self-denial or abstinence, as in the use of drink, food. Abstinence, self-denial. Abstruse, dealing with matters difficult to be understood. Absurd, inconsistent with reason or common sense. Abundant, plentiful. Abusive, employing harsh words or ill treatment. Abut, to touch at the end or boundary line. Abyss, bottomless gulf. Academic, of or pertaining to an academy, college, or university. Academician, a member of an academy of literature, art, or science. Academy, any institution where the higher branches of learning are taught. Accede, to agree. Accelerate, to move faster. Accept, to take when offered. Access, a way of approach or entrance, passage. Accessible, approachable. Accession, induction or elevation as to dignity, office, or government. Accessory, a person or thing that aids the principal agent. Acclaim, to utter with a shout. Accommodate, to furnish something as a kindness or favor. Accompaniment, a subordinate part or parts, enriching or supporting the leading part. Accompanist, one who or that which accompanies. Accompany, to go with or be associated with as a companion. Accomplice, an associate in wrongdoing. Accomplish, to bring to pass. Accordion, a portable free-reed musical instrument. Accost, to speak to. Account, a record or statement of receipts and expenditures or of business transactions. Accouter, to dress. Accredit, to give credit or authority to. Accumulate, to become greater in quantity or number. Accuracy, exactness. Accurate, conforming exactly to truth or to a standard. Accursed, doomed to evil, misery, or misfortune. Accusation, a charge of crime, misdemeanor, or error. Accusatory, of pertaining to or involving an accusation. Accuse, to charge with wrongdoing, misconduct, or error. Accustom, to make familiar by use. Acerbity, sourness with bitterness and astringency. Acetate, a salt of acetic acid. Acetic, of pertaining to or of the nature of vinegar. Ache, to be in pain or distress. Achillean, invulnerable. Achromatic, colorless. Acid, a sour substance. Acidify, to change into acid. Acknowledge, to recognize, to admit the genuineness or validity of. Acknowledgement, recognition. Acme, the highest point or summit. Acoustic, pertaining to the act or sense of hearing. Acquaint, to make familiar or conversant. Acquiesce, to comply, submit. Acquiescence, passive consent. Acquire, to get as one's own. Acquisition, anything gained or made one's own, usually by effort or labor. Acquit, to free or clear, as from accusation. Acquittal, a discharge from accusation by judicial action. Acquaintance, release or discharge from indebtedness, obligation, or responsibility. Acreage, quantity or extent of land, especially of cultivated land. Acrid, harshly pungent or bitter. Acrimonious, full of bitterness. Acrimony, sharpness or bitterness of speech or temper. Actionable, affording cause for instituting an action, as trespass, slanderous words. Actuality, Any reality. Actuary. An officer, as of an insurance company, who calculates and states the risks and premiums. Actuate. To move or incite to action. Acumen. Quickness of intellectual insight or discernment, keenness of discrimination. Acute. Having fine and penetrating discernment. Adamant. Any substance of exceeding hardness or impenetrability. Addendum. Something added or to be added. Addle. To make inefficient or worthless, muddle. Adduce. To bring forward or name for consideration. Adhere. To stick fast or together. Adherence. Attachment. Adherent. Clinging or sticking fast. Adhesion. The state of being attached or joined. Adieu. Goodbye, farewell. Adjacency. The state of being adjacent. Adjacent. That which is near or bordering upon. Adjudge. To award or bestow by formal decision. Adjunct. Something joined to or connected with another thing, but holding a subordinate place. Adjuration. A vehement appeal. Adjutant. Auxiliary. Administrator. One who manages affairs of any kind. Admissible. Having the right or privilege of entry. Admittance. Entrance, or the right or permission to enter. Admonish. To warn of a fault. Admonition. Gentle reproof. Ado. Unnecessary activity or ceremony. Adoration. Profound devotion. Adroit. Having skill in the use of the bodily or mental powers. Adulterant. An adulterating substance. Adulterate. To make impure by the addition or mixture of other or baser ingredients. Adumbrate. To represent beforehand in outline or by emblem. Advent. The coming or arrival, as of any important change, event, state, or personage. Adverse. Opposing or opposed. Adversity. Misfortune. Advert. To refer incidentally. Advertiser. One who advertises, especially in newspapers. Advisory. Not mandatory. Advocacy. The act of pleading a cause. Advocate. One who pleads the cause of another, as in a legal or ecclesiastical court. Aerial. Of, pertaining to, or like the air. Aeronaut. One who navigates the air, a balloonist. Aeronautics. The art or practice of flying aircraft. Aerostat. A balloon or other apparatus floating in or sustained by the air. Aerostatics. The branch of pneumatics that treats the equilibrium, pressure, and mechanical properties. Affable. Easy to approach. Affect. To act upon. Affectation. A study or ostentatious pretense or attempt. Affiliate. Some auxiliary person or thing. Affirmative. Answering yes to a question at issue. Affix. To fasten. Affluence. A profuse or abundant supply of riches. Affront. An open insult or indignity. Afire. On fire, literally or figuratively. Afoot. in progress. Aforesaid, said in a preceding part or before. Afresh, once more, after a rest or interval. Afterthought, a thought that comes later than its appropriate or expected time. Agglomerate, to pile or heap together. Aggrandize, to cause to appear greatly. Aggravate, to make heavier, worse, or more burdensome. Aggravation, the act of being made heavier or more heinous as a crime, offense, misfortune, etc. Aggregate, the entire number, sum, mass, or quantity of something. Aggress, to make the first attack. Aggression, an unprovoked attack. Aggrieve, to give grief or sorrow to. Aghast, struck with terror and amazement. Agile, able to move or act quickly, physically or mentally. Agitate, to move or excite the feelings or thoughts.